Hello, and welcome to the Classic Urban Podcast. My name is OG Philly G.
Joined by resident steamer, Enrian Gryphos.
Steamer?
Shut up!
Like Cleveland
Catch
Steamer.
me on
Or the Stanley
Twitch,
Steamer.
Fridays and
Carpet's cleaner.
Saturdays, 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock.
No, he's a Cleveland
I think it was
Steamer.
8 o'clock to 11.
Someone just shits on his
We
chest.
stream regularly. We are
Fridays and
associates
Saturdays.
with Classically Urban. That's Enrian Gryphos. Find it in the description. Do we have descriptions?
Yes.
We don't
Sure.
use them.
Oh,
No,
you said Friday through Saturdays?
Fridays and Saturdays, 8 o'clock
That's a
to
lie.
11.
He didn't do it this week.
It's a lie, Caleb.
Oh, they just put you on blast, bro.
Yeah, bro. On
Oh,
blast. son.
fuck!
He's like,
Tentatively speaking.
That's right. I decided to go out drinking instead of doing that.
You know,
Sacrifices, man.
And it played off.
someone's dog died,
How-
like our
how-
healers.
How did your brother take that?
He wasn't upset.
He was
Just
disappointed.
That's exactly what did you end up telling him?
Oh, I told him that. I was
Oh,
like helping a
get the
friend.
couch moved.
Yeah.
You're wiped.
Just absolutely lied to him.
Hopefully he doesn't listen to this.
Oh, yeah, he's going to listen.
Eventually. One day he'll be listening.
I'm
to it
sending
like
this
5
link to
years
him.
down the
And then
road.
he'll be like, that's what that fucker missed tonight. Are we going to have to bleep that out?
Yeah, fucker. Yeah, we can't say fucker here.
No.
Shit.
We should really try not to.
We should try not to. But every once in a while, it's not too bad.
Okay.
Because we get in the moment. Anyway, it's your boy, Baby Ice Cube.
I'm George.
Yeah.
I can't believe we were still in introductions. I went off on a little tirade.
That's fine.
No, we do it all the time.
Yeah.
We're doing
yeah.
it live.
Not live. Sadly. Actually, that'd be a horrible thing for us to do things live.
Oh, what-
I think that.
We'd
I
actually,
think it would be.
we'd actually have to stop dressing like slobs.
Among other things,
Speak
yeah.
for yourself. I look like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
I told
Why are you
Abby.
wearing your stripes?
Your
I am.
barcode.
I'm wearing numerous different patterns of stripes.
We
which
got
makes it, like,
pizza in the
worse.
corner.
I told Abby the other night. I was like, I'm a snack, Abby, and you will treat me as such. She didn't find it very funny.
You're stupid.
But we all gotta start looking like snaps.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
remember when you posted that picture?
Bro, because I didn't know what that
She-
means.
and
Like,
she-
what the fuck are you saying to
look
me?
like a grandma. And she's like, "Ooh, George, you looking like a snack." And I was like, "Oh my god."
What that meant. I was horrified. People were calling me food.
Yeah.
It's weird. No one's ever called me food before, Brandon.
Sorry, my ear itches, and I'm not paying attention to what you're saying anymore.
That's pretty on course.
Yeah, that's what we do here.
Yeah.
We don't listen. We just
Okay.
talk.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sad existence.
You're all talk.
So how was y'all's week after Wednesday or Tuesday, whenever it was?
Oh. Went to class. Teacher told us a funny story. That's about it.
Did not see that.
Okay.
I really didn't do much.
I didn't either.
I downloaded the podcast.
Hey.
I still have to edit it.
Oh, no.
Oh gosh.
We had a hectic one this week.
Oh, when are we gonna start putting those other videos up on the channel?
Which ones?
You know which one I'm talking about.
The gameplay?
Yeah. You don't know? I don't know if you want
We
to
have
have
to actually play more.
I know, but I'm saying I don't know if you want to have a time where we like actually set up.
I'll totally
Start
join
doing
in
that.
on some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still gotta do the Dark Souls one, which I'm
Yeah.
mad that we
Y'all
can't
doing Dark
use.
Souls playthrough?
Yeah.
They just kind of did it to see how it would go. Did
So
you guys
the-
actually record audio or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you did? How did
Yeah.
you record the audio?
Through
Podcast
this.
equipment.
Oh, through that?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We just didn't sync it right, so we have to like redo it essentially.
I can tell you when certain things happened.
Yeah, but it's you have to get it like
So
perfectly.
how did you guys get your audio on there?
What do you
Hmm?
mean?
Like your voices?
We used this.
Oh, you guys both sat down here and did what?
Yeah, we both played.
Bro, you don't
One
listen.
of you played?
Yes.
the one helped
lame.
the commentary.
Good lord. You don't listen, bro.
No, I thought like George was at his house and did a recording with audio, and you were here did a recording with audio, and
No.
What in God's name?
That's too complicated. It's a one-player game, first of all.
Yeah.
Though.
These guys aren't that bad.
yeah, but
Don't mind this. I'm done with this.
so you never really fully explained that you guys are like both here doing that. I
Yeah.
just assumed you guys were doing you and playing your games.
No.
No.
Oh goodness.
Everyone got their phone volume off. Cool.
No.
Yeah.
We appreciate your
Yours is
honesty.
loud.
Oh wait,
as heck.
actually, never mind. It is off.
Oh, good. Because I know what's gonna happen. If George's phone ever goes off the podcast, he's gonna hear it, say some shit in Greek, and then just like be pissed off for the rest of the podcast. And I'm like, George, chill, bro.
No.
Yes, you would.
No.
No,
No.
the best way to piss George off is to like interrupt him during a story.
Yeah, that's just
Or
that's
just
disrespectful.
genuinely not
That-
care about
that
his
piss off
story.
everybody.
No, the thing that pisses George off the most is when people talk on the podcast who aren't actually on a microphone.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
just,
that
that's
triggers
just bad.
him.
Fuck.
That makes him super angry.
Yeah, that's just upsetting. Why are you doing it?
You know, because sometimes there are people who want to watch us do this, and you know.
Yeah, we don't have a sound.
Set that down like as a gun. Just you just leave it right there.
Yeah.
You guys know what really makes a lot of noise?
Why?
What?
And we do it a lot too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we did it so much last
Oh
podcast.
god, it's bad.
Oh my
This,
goodness.
this
yeah.
table
Oh yeah.
amplifies all the noises you make on the table through the mics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it picks them all up.
Mhm. Some good shit. All right, let's.
It's usually Cody too, because Cody gets into it and he starts just doing this
Yeah.
with his hand
Talking
on the
about
table.
Genghis Khan and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Justifying
Brandon
certain
did
things.
it one week.
bro.
And
Because
his
no,
computer
it's not my
shut
fault.
off.
This is not my fault. It's kind of my fault, but it's
God.
not.
His computer
Yeah.
shut off.
Because it was on Phil's table, his small ass table. We had all this stuff on there, and then the four of us were sitting around it, right?
Mhm.
And I just did that because, like, when when you get in the heat of
Driving
the
a
moment, you
point
just
home.
like, yeah, I hit this, which there's something here that caused my computer just a blue screen.
Computer's processor, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yes. You
Oh, yeah.
hit your computer right on the processor.
just blue screen. I was like,
Mind you, that was one of our best podcasts
Oops.
too.
yeah.
Holy crap!
We never got to talk about Black Panther because something happened the next week when we talked about it with like the way the audio
yeah.
came out.
Black cats are bad luck.
Bro, I'm telling you, like we tried to talk about Black Panther, never have really talked
Dude,
about it.
The soundtrack
talk
for
about
that
it.
movie was phenomenal.
It's great. I guess
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about it now since Caleb brought that up. but-
Really good.
Yeah.
Probably the what?
Didn't like it. The soundtrack, I mean, movie's good. It's just that didn't. I shouldn't say I didn't like it. It just wasn't hitting it to me, you know.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I thought it was pretty well
A
played.
bunch of pretty decent artists came in there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. It's just. I think what happened with me because by the time I saw it, people had overhyped the fuck out of it.
The soundtrack? You had to look up the soundtrack to even.
No, I said just the movie in general.
Oh, you were talking about the movie. Oh, you.
Oh, and the soundtrack.
So you just fucking hate everything that everybody
Bro,
else
I'm
likes.
telling
I
you.
guess I'm
Pretty
a, I'm a
much.
contrarian.
Fucking Mr. Contrary over here.
No, that just means you're an idiot.
That too.
That's how that works.
That's easily one of the best Marvel movies they've made, like ever.
It was pretty phenomenal.
I haven't seen that many Marvel movies.
Okay. It was a pretty decent.
He's
I'm
not-
not
he's-
saying-
he's
I'm not
uneducated.
saying it's a bad
not his
movie.
fault.
I know.
I will not say
But
it's
I'm
a bad
saying, like,
movie.
even looking at other movies, like the CG was great. It wasn't like shitty CG.
Fight
Yeah.
scenes were pretty well
The fight
choreographed.
scenes were well choreographed.
Okay, Brandon, you have to look at it from my perspective. I heard people talk nothing but like like how do I put this? Imagine someone hands you a piece of fruit and they say it's the best fucking fruit ever. Holy shit. You will just shit your pants and vomit out your guts when you eat this fruit. It's so fucking good.
Well, that's
Okay,
called
it's
that's,
just
that's
amazing.
called a hyperbole, which no one
I know,
really-
but I heard that for months and months and months.
Well, that's your fault for believing it was going to
But-
be that.
No,
good.
it's just no matter what.
I'm gonna take your little analogy and
And
put this
probably,
into
yeah.
like when we put you into it. Someone's talking about how this fruit is really good.
Yeah.
But you spent your entire life eating only peanuts. Because you're like, I don't see movies. I don't fucking know what a good movie is. But this movie wasn't good, I think, because
I never said it wasn't good. I just said it wasn't as good as everyone made it out to be.
No, it definitely was.
It 100% was.
What's a good movie for you? Like, what's one of your like just?
Mad Max.
It wasn't a bad movie.
It was a pretty poor movie.
Bro, are you telling me that Mad Max is better than Black Panther?
No.
So
We're
talking
I will,
about Fury
I will
Road.
throat
No.
chop
Hold
the
on,
fuck
hold on,
out
There's
you.
another one. Hold
No.
on. Hold on. Another good movie. Hold on. I got this.
No.
Oh, shit, I can't remember the name of the movie.
Brokeback Mountain is probably what he
Oh
likes.
my god.
That's probably the movie he's going for.
All right.
He probably thinks Herbie with
Herbie.
Lindsay Lohan
Fully
is probably better than Black Panther.
I don't know.
Jesus.
Halloween.
See,
stuff.
George,
Oh, that's-
sometimes I understand what you're saying because there are things like when people just.
Like, I had the same thing with Deadpool. I didn't see Deadpool until like a couple months after it came out. Just like people had overhyped it. It's like it's not a bad movie. It's just nowhere near as good as everyone says it is.
But
No, see that
Because
that's
they're
where you're
just
okay.
sucking its dick.
No,
no,
okay.
that's
it's
your
actually
fault.
a good ass movie. The problem is you don't find it as good because you're expecting way more. That's your fault. That's not
Yeah.
everybody else's fault.
That's why I avoid.
I'm not
so it is
blaming
that
anybody.
good,
I'm
you're
just,
just expecting way more.
all right. Fucking, I don't. Whatever.
I don't know. That's a weird concept to me. But
Yeah.
I personally try to avoid like people's critiques and shit of movies, or I just don't put any weight into it.
And that's like if I am talking to people about a movie that I know they're gonna go see, it's like all I'm gonna say is it was good. You need to watch. Basically, how I rank movies is watch in the theater or watch at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's really good, I'll tell you to watch it in the theater.
Avengers:
If-
Infinity War,
if-
I'd watch that one in the theater.
I still haven't watched it. Have
That
no,
one-
have no desire to though.
I've watched
There
it
was a
once. I
lot
watched
going
it a
on.
second time on my Fire Stick, and that one's a toss up for me.
That
There's
one's
a
not
lot
one that I
of
would
good
watch at the same
stuff,
time.
but at the same time, there's a lot of things they did wrong.
Like a lot going on. That's one where I'd see it one time in theaters. I wouldn't see it a second time. Like if I had a friend who was like, "Hey, I'm gonna finally go see it." If it were like a really good movie, I'd be like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'll totally see it again with you."
Recently, I watched the what's it called?
Heritage.
Yes.
Hereditary.
Hereditary. I don't
Yes.
know why I keep on saying fucking Heritage.
Oh, you guys actually went and saw that?
Yeah. No, we need to. is what I'm
Oh.
saying.
What was the name of that movie where it was literally just silence?
Don't knock
Quiet
Twi-
Place.
or
Quiet Place.
Quiet
I
Place,
need to
yeah.
see that movie. I heard it was pretty good.
Mm.
It's not in theaters anymore, is it?
Well, no, probably not, but you can find it.
No.
online.
Yeah, that's not really worth watching then,
The way I like.
unless you put on like a headset.
Oh, because the sound is a really big deal for it.
It's called A Quiet Place.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
The sound is everything.
That's pretty cool.
But I'm kind of like you, Phil, where it's like I don't go to movie theaters a lot, but there are certain movies that like, especially if I get excited for it, and like truly excited for it, I'll go see it in the theater. Like Black Panther, I got super hyped for it,
Yeah.
and then like I wanted to go see Tomb Raider. Never went and saw it in the theater, but like I'll probably watch it when I'm just sitting around here one day or whatever. But like it's the same way as like if it's something that is like worth my time to me, I'm gonna go see it in the theater, and
Yeah.
then from there it's like, oh, I can never watch
It's
this
like
movie again because it's so good in the
Deadpool 2
theater.
came out,
Yeah,
and I watched it. I recommend watching it in the theater.
It was
Just
a pretty
saying.
good time.
That one
I
I've
thought
heard
it was
hit or miss.
fucking hysterical. There was one point where
Bro.
I almost spat food out of my mouth.
bro. In the first one with that baby hand, oh
Oh,
my
God. That
God.
was
It gets
so
better in
wrong.
the second
that
one.
Yeah.
shit was
The
hysterical.
second one's better.
Baby
Um,
head.
Well, in a sense, kinda.
Okay, so now I already know.
Well, George, what I would tell you is just, you can listen to what people say, but just don't
See, well-
put so much just still go into movies with no expectations. And I think you'll enjoy things better.
But I
that way.
think another part of the issue is he's waiting months, and at that point, it's no longer in the theater, so you're watching it at home, correct?
Yeah.
That's the main difference right there. It's never
It's
going to
also-
be as good at home.
That's
don't-
old news.
I don't think it should matter that much. A great cinematic piece is still a great cinematic piece.
It is, but the audio system's designed for movie theaters.
Yeah.
Is there.
I
for
didn't
those
have a problem with
movies.
the
I know.
audio, man.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like there's a lot of stuff at the movie theater you will hear, but you won't hear like in a home audio system or like a TV speaker.
It's not the sound I had the problem with.
What, Deadpool?
No. I thought we were back on Black
he just didn't
Panther.
like the black people. It's fine. We'll just,
Oh, yeah, totally.
We'll just,
Probably.
Need more blonde hair, blue eyes, and then
No, but for what was the problem for the movie?
I don't know.
There were
It's
some
just
really powerful social statements, which
Yeah,
I thought was kind of
He probably didn't like it because there wasn't like a definitive bad guy.
no. There's
No, there
Yeah.
wasn't.
Nope, there's not.
There's not a definitive.
Is he really a bad guy, or is he just a radical?
yeah. No, he's
If
a
he were put in a different
radicalist.
light,
I would call
he
that
have
a
been the
bad guy.
protagonist?
No, that's not a bad guy at all.
If he were in a different light, he would have been the protagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally,
from,
the only reason
Maybe.
T'Challa is the main character is because we knew he was Black Panther before.
yeah,
If
We
that
didn't
movie,
know-
if that movie was from Killmonger's perspective,
he would have been the good
he
guy.
would have been the good guy, and
He
T'Challa would have been the bad
trying
one.
to free the people.
Yeah, he stopped these this tribe that was like isolation. Oh, are we able to talk about?
Yeah, it's
that?
been forever.
Yeah.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah.
It's
He
fine.
stopped this isolationist tribe who was just like, withholding all their power and ability to help people, watching people around the world suffer. And he was like, hey, fuck this. I'm going to go back. It was literally a prince who was cast out from his homeland, taking back the throne and then helping the world.
Yeah. See, he could have definitely been
The
good
only
guy.
reason he was a bad guy was because it wasn't T'Challa that was helping the world. So they had to go back, kill him for no reason, and then take over the tribe.
Well, he had to kill him because of traditions, the way they
Yeah.
do things there.
And even then, he technically
I
won.
wouldn't say he's a good guy because he outright shot that one woman.
The one chick who he was like, you stole from these people. And she's like, no, we got it from, you was a damn lie.
That too. Another thing. Remember when one armed dude
oh, yeah.
had
that
his
guy?
friend hostage? Outright shot his friend.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
That's the best way to win a hostage situation. Unless you're like a Liam Neeson, you can shoot a dude in the face.
also,
Then just fucking take them both out.
Good move. But shit, I had another point, but I forgot.
Sorry,
Yeah, well, is it?
that was a cold ass play that he did right there.
Yeah,
I thought
it was
that
fire,
as
bro.
fuck. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
But you at the same time you can say that those are bad things to do because you're not in that headspace. Like this has been someone who his entire life has been being like essentially
Shit on.
yeah because of the way he looks. Like it's no different than Malcolm X and Martin Luther. Malcolm X and his people probably killed some people along the way, but he did it for the betterment of his people. There's nothing wrong with that.
Touching back on
Yeah,
the
that's why radicals are
hostage-
bad.
Touching back on the hostage situation.
So you're saying Malcolm X is like a bad human being?
I don't know that much about Malcolm X, but don't go around killing people.
Touching back on the hostage situation, the guy with the arm thingy, he was like his ticket back to the throne for his grand old scheme. He'd been waiting his whole life for this chance. If
Yeah.
he had like given in to the whole hostage thing and then that guy somehow got away, well, he's wasted his entire life for that moment, and he gave it away for some girl.
Yeah, but that still doesn't. I don't know. Mind.
Do you know what I saw an
Hard decision.
advertisement for?
That's not
Or
make- doesn't make him a
trailer
hero.
for
That's
the
not
other
right.
day. That looked really badass.
What?
John Wick Chapter 3.
Oh, God.
I need to see the job.
Okay,
I've never
we'll get
watched
to that in
a
a
single
second.
John
Hold
Wick.
on, because there's no difference between what he did and what T'Challa was doing, because all of Wakanda was letting their people die across the world willingly, and they knew about it.
Oh, I just realized something.
What?
In the beginning of the movie, what do they tell T'Challa? Don't freeze. His one girl was held up, and you know what he did? He froze, and he almost cost the mission.
Yep.
This is true.
Killmonger did not hesitate. Didn't cost the mission. He succeeded in his goal if it weren't for the fact that M'Baku tribe was able to bring him back to life with some dank-ass snow.
But like,
Yeah, that was another. That was just way too cheesy for me.
It's not.
It's a Marvel
that's
movie
part of the
cheesy,
original.
so it's not
Yeah, it's a,
better or worse than the others. It's just still cheesy.
I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, he was literally a death's door.
but T'Challa and Killmonger are literally the same person, just different ways of going about what they're doing. They both
want
do
the same
evil shit.
thing.
They both do bad things that they shouldn't be doing, but they do it anyway for the betterment of their people in their own heads.
T'Challa outright killed people that were in that like underground smuggling ring, but it's all right because they were all international criminals.
Yeah.
No, he killed
No.
them on international soil in cold blood because they were in the way.
And he also, again, the whole country of Wakanda knew that they were holding their resources from people who, their ancestors and their relatives, or whatever the way you want to call it, and just letting them die. And they knew about it.
Yeah, this is basically in a world very similar to ours, so black people are shat on, basically.
Like, do you not see like how that is the same thing that Killmonger does, but just Killmonger's just more aggressive with the way he kills people, and he's more forward-facing about
He's
it?
pretty well developed and made character, because like he starts out seeming like this one-dimensional, I'm just a bad guy and I want to take
Yeah.
over the kingdom. But then you find out, hey, the old king actually fucking killed his dad.
Yeah.
And then left. He didn't even like help his kid. He was just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna kitty cat claw you and then fly away."
Yeah. To me, that just seemed that whole dynamic with T'Challa's dad and that whole thing.
Sins of the father.
Yeah, that was just a break. That was just a cause to break from tradition, along with isolating Wakanda. This a further break from tradition for me. What the fuck is my second point? Shit. Oh yeah. Someone pointed this out. Basically, Killmonger was a social justice warrior. In certain ways.
He's a radical.
I know.
Isn't that
That's-
what we were just saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong? I
What,
mean,
how am I supposed to look at it? Oh, that's a great villain.
You're just like, oh, that's a fucking liberal.
because he's
I
not
automatically
supposed to
just
be a villain. That's the whole point of the movie was he was not a villain.
Not all social justice warriors are bad. He's not going around saying all women are queens. Sorry for shouting into the mic.
You're fine.
But he's going around saying, "Hey, stop shitting on black people, please." And his please is a gun with please etched into it.
Like he's not meant to look like a villain. He's meant to look like the social justice warrior who's willing to do anything to help help his people.
He even looks like a little hipster. Just a
Factual.
fucking
Yeah.
swole hipster.
Factual.
Holy shit.
He's Isaac.
I thought he was like a little scrawny dude when it first showed him in like the suit at the museum. And then he fought T'Challa. I'm like, good lord.
Like so, not like George. I'm not like trying to shit on you, but like
Yeah.
to me, if you watch that movie and just saw Killmonger as a shitty villain, then to me you really weren't watching the movie. You
No,
were
I
just like
understand
you were just
exactly.
looking at the surface level of it.
I've already. I don't know how to put this.
Even his death was pretty fucking.
Oh my
Bury
god!
me in the.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a
people.
Oh,
decent line.
fire bars, bro. That, like, oh my goodness, his dialogue, like his lines in most of that movie, fire.
Literally, he was like extending his hand, like, "Oh, you can be a good guy, and we can rule as twin princes." He's like, "Nah,
I don't
man,
think he said that.
I mean,
He said, "You don't have to die.
he
We
said
can
you,
save you."
yeah, he said you don't have to die. We can still save you, and you can still help us build, like, help see the change you like. You can
I
still
thought it
see
was
the change you want to.
Very
See the
implied and
world.
picked up like Killmonger that he was just gonna lock him up after that.
Well, he said, "And live in captivity," because
Oh yeah.
to his eyes, they were still going to do the whole isolationist shit, and there just wouldn't have been anything he could do about it at that point.
Yeah, it wasn't that they were gonna like lock him up. It was that they were gonna keep him in Wakanda, but not help the world still.
Yeah,
And so he was like, no,
I choose death.
yeah, and bury me in the ocean with my people who knew that bondage or that death was better than bondage.
Mulan.
God, it's so fucking
Man, I'm
gave me
telling you,
chills.
bro. There's not a better movie line I can think of. Like a serious movie
This
line
is
that I can
past
think of that is
decades,
just like,
at least.
oh, so fire. And then when the one chick, Okoye, when she was fighting her husband or
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
and he's like, "Would you kill me, my love?" And she looked like
For
in
my
my head, she
country.
said, "For my country, yes." And in my head, she's like, "Nigga, please, yes, I would." Like,
Right.
like it was just so lit.
I love when she stopped a big old rhinoceros. She said, "Mm-mm." Okay.
I think that kind of ruined it. That whole I'm a fucking rhinoceros. I'm gonna stop for some random woman. I don't know why.
That's
That's
his
it's not a
wife.
random woman.
He's the
I-
leader
you know
of the
what I mean.
rhinoceros tribe, so she's probably been with those since they were
Yeah.
calves.
Like the rhinoceros knows her. He's not gonna like.
Yeah, but they don't show that in the film.
Well, it's implied
yeah.
because they're married.
In a deleted scene, they had a bit of time to like expand upon their whole marriage stuff. It was like shortly after T'Challa died,
Yeah.
and
See, that would have been very good.
but they cut it. There were a lot of really good scenes in movies that they just couldn't
Yeah.
keep in it because of time restrictions.
I'm just baffled that you didn't think it was a good movie, George. It
I didn't.
hurts, it hurts
I-
my soul.
I just didn't think it was good as everyone gave it credit for. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. And I'm not saying it's not a good movie.
Bro, if that
I-
thing
I
doesn't
don't-
win any awards, I'm gonna be pissed.
I think it did already.
Did it already?
Yeah,
I think-
Okay, good.
And
'cause-
Yeah.
It
Oof.
broke so many box office records.
what was it?
in the first month.
His speech was essentially, "You guys gave me this award, and you guys all think I'm a hero, but I'm not." And he actually like gave a shout out to the teacher who tackled the gunman at Noblesville.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's,
fuck,
like,
did he?
he's a
Awesome.
hero.
That's
Holy
cool.
Or
Oh,
it
shit.
might not have been him, but it was another similar situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was.
That's really
Wasn't that
cool.
around the time Parkland? And didn't the teacher stop the guy at Parkland as well, or stand up again for the kids?
Probably.
That was like
I don't fucking.
Shout
months
outs to our
before.
teachers. Knock those fuckers out.
How many people did that dude kill?
I don't fucking.
Like 17? That teacher didn't do shit, bro.
Either way, it's sad to say, but they all kind of blended together.
This is true. This is true. Man, oh, we can talk about
This is
that. 'cause-
America.
Facts. There was another
Guns
kid who
matter.
was shot in Pittsburgh. Like a 17-year-old kid was shot in Pittsburgh by police, unarmed. Like you
Was he
think?
black?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course he was black.
Would you like? You would think.
No, he had red hair, bro.
Like I'm
was
baffled,
Milburn.
right? So listen, we all know the definition of insanity, right?
Yeah, same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. For those of you tuning in.
These
played Far
cops
Cry 3.
watch the news, right? Like they have to. Like there's no way that they just like are oblivious to this.
no, they're probably all just idiots.
It blows my mind. Like you have been watching the news for like the past 2 years, and this has been happening like at least like once a month is generous.
At the
Like
same time, being a cop would be a scary ass job because literally
I understand
everyone
that.
wants to kill you.
I understand that.
People you're protecting, they don't like you. People that you're supposed to be locking up, they'll probably shoot you on sight. And you don't know who wants to shoot you on sight either. That's like playing Skyrim with any random number generator where any NPC you talk to will just randomly aggro on you and it'll fuck you up. Or you have to kill them.
I get
And then
that,
everybody hates you.
but the difference to me is you fucking signed up for this.
Nobody,
Don't bitch about it afterwards. If you don't like having a dangerous job, don't do it.
if nobody did it, then
That's what I'm saying.
Would
Like,
be
but I'm saying
worse.
like you can't decide to. That's like you saying, that's like us going out to the bar and then you being pissed while we're at the bar after you told us, oh, let's go to the bar. That's just like, why the fuck are
I
you
know, I
mad?
knew
You
what
wanted
we were
to be
getting
here.
into. That's why it's a tough one. Like
I mean, it's
can
not tough. It's just like,
reasonably
No, it
see-
is because it's a completely different situation once you're in it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I get that, but I'm saying these people are supposed to be trained to handle these kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, but
situations.
so you've grown up your whole life wanting to just help people, and you knew that like being a cop was the way to do it. This was before being a cop was a super shitty profession, and everybody hated you. And you're like, wow, one day when I was a kid, this officer that lives in my block, he was really nice to me. I want to be just like him when I grow up. then you become like that. You spend your whole life working to become an officer. And then the atmosphere, the environment that you're an officer in just drastically changes. And now it's like you could die literally any day on or off the job because of what you are.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. That also is like, I feel like that's also like police departments as a whole need to realize that they can't just put like these lily ass white dudes who've never been in the hood. Like that's also part of it. But like,
Who's gonna want to be an officer in the hood though? It's
Nobody.
I mean, it's just
are you
like
only gonna put like the big black dudes in the hood?
no, but I'm saying like put
Mexicans?
people there who understand how that part of society works. Like you can't take someone from Carmel and put them over
See, the problem with that,
in Hallville. Like that's just not going to work.
the problem with that is if you put somebody from that area in that situation,
They're gonna be biased in their job, right? Was that where you're going?
pretty much, or that's how you end up with crooked cops.
Yeah.
But I mean,
People calling in favors.
now it's still like, but it's still biased the other way too, though.
Yeah.
Well, the
So
what is it? Blue
it's
curtain?
it's an M.
Bro, the blue wall is fucking stupid to me.
They look after their own. It's
Like
basically
that's the
union
dumbest
cops.
shit I've ever heard of in my life.
Yeah.
Like,
What?
how are you gonna how is your job? Like, this blows my mind too. How is your job to get people to snitch on people, but then you're not gonna like snitch on someone who
corrupt
literally
motherfuckers.
just killed someone in front of you for no reason? Like, that blows my mind too. I'm just like, you guys are the most hypocritical pieces of shit in the world.
And I don't really support work.
It's one of those professions that's just so fucked up, and there's not any real way to fix it right now.
Most companies will take
It's kind of like the government as a whole.
Yeah. So, Phil, are you saying we should just bomb the government,
bombs over Baghdad.
We should nuke the White House.
nuke the White House?
This is
I
the
wanna
beginning
say-
of the Division 2 trailer, guys.
Yep.
White House.
It all
down.
started with a podcast.
The
Jesus.
Russians are coming.
The Russians, they're coming. I don't know. I just feel like
Did we just go all Madonna?
North Korea.
A nuke has just hit Charlottesville. Get to your shelter.
to me, it's just like the more this happens, it's just more of a slap in the face of how much they just don't give a fuck about us. Because it's like,
I don't know what to do because I know public dissent is probably at a very low, well, all-time low. I'm curious, like, if there's a way to track public satisfaction or whatnot, because like I want to look at how we were in the 1920s versus now, and that's also kind of a cool trend. Seeing like we're probably about to go through another like 20s era where like everything fucking sucks.
yeah,
We're
probably.
about 100 years out from the previous
Prohibition.
one.
No more booze.
Bro,
Oh,
they
that'd
will
be so much
never
fun.
do that again.
Right now, it's just no more gender types.
Yeah, but they will never do prohibition again. But that would be interesting to see, like, just take like a big city
Oh,
and see.
side note, pot. We're in a basic
Yeah.
prohibition for pot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's totally true.
Yep.
That makes
Right?
That's
Every
where I was
100
gonna go.
years. Bro.
bang.
Fucking history.
It'd be interesting to see, like if you take like New York and see see how the the demographic of the population over the entire city, and see then how that relates to the satisfaction rating of what they feel like police are doing and how well they do their job. Because it's like, as I feel like, this is just me thinking,
Is
like,
NYPD like the capital of all the police?
no, I mean it's just a big city that has a bunch of different people in it.
I gotcha.
There's
you
a
can't-
lot of different cops. There's a
Yeah.
lot of cops there.
Yeah, there are.
I was
but,
gonna say
like,
NYPD is
if you
big.
if you just take like, if you see like it becoming more like any ethnicity, I guarantee you the satisfaction rate is going to like plummet, just because of just like the stigma around relationships with cops and people of different colors.
Oh, that's the crazy part. You'd think that they'd just be unbiased. Just make robots and have robots be the police. I know that's some like Terminator shit. People are
Yeah,
like, "Oh,
that's some
that's a
Terminator
horrible
shit."
idea," but they're the only.
Do you know how many police, like uniformed cops, there are in New York City?
Probably a million. I'm just kidding.
No, probably not.
I'm like, that's a lot.
I don't know how many.
I was just joking.
In the
It's probably 100,000.
34,000 uniformed.
Oh, that's a lot lower than I expected.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was going to be in the thousands, something like that. But that's
For New
that's
York.
decent. That's a lot.
That's
Jesus.
insane.
Oh,
What's
that's
that
an entire-
ratio to
you
the
can
number
fill
of
a
people in
city.
New York?
Population density in New York is astronomical.
Bro, it's
Hmm.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
They probably are understaffed out the ass too. The NYPD, just
There's
because
8.5 million people.
34,000 people to police 8.5 million.
Yeah,
That's like
that's why
stupid.
there's an issue.
Less,
That is so
yeah,
dumb.
that's-
Oh my god.
That's like a 1/16 or some shit like that.
Oh, that's a lot.
Let's look at Indy.
See,
Robots are
but
gone.
Caleb, I will play the devil's advocate in this. Is that
Which one are we?
for like just for like cops and the cops and black people issue?
Oh, right.
Black people need to stop doing some stupid ass shit.
Yeah.
Like we really need to stop because if we do sometimes do some stupid shit that we deserve to probably get shot for.
That's
like,
why
low-key.
I like the idea of. I remember I was talking about the whole machines as cops.
Yeah.
That's why I like the idea because one, there's not a color that you can distinguish that machine with. It's literally just it's a program. It goes down your list. Are you breaking the law? Yes. No. Are you okay? You are breaking the law. Did you tell them to stop? Yes. Did they stop? No. Is it something that's putting other people in danger? No. Okay. Try to detain them. Is it something that's putting other people in danger? Yes. Did you extra explain that they really need to stop or lethal force will be used?
Do not hit that man with that
Yes.
crowbar.
You know,
Use
I-
lethal force if they did not fucking
well,
stop.
the only thing I would put in between that is the taser because that's always like
Well,
that's there.
if somebody's
you know what I mean?
immediately in danger and you explain like, hey, you need to fucking stop right fucking now.
Oh yeah, like if they're like threatening
Then-
someone's life, that's totally different. Light they ass up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like if it's like them just like resisting arrest, they don't need to die for that.
That's
you know
what I'm saying. But if they're
But if
not-
if they're legitimately threatening
if
someone's
nobody
life,
else
that's
is in danger and they don't comply, then you can detain them. That's why I said detain for the no path on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
Detain
saying. Okay.
doesn't use lethal force.
Well, I didn't know if you were like saying detain as in like just like tackle them and things like that.
I'm picturing, you know that robot from Iron Man that helps him? It's just a giant arm with a hand. I'm picturing
Jarvis.
that with a gun on it.
I bet you liked Iron Man.
Okay.
Mm.
So since
Iron
we,
Man's my favorite.
Racist pig. I'm just
so
kidding.
since we looked at New York's numbers, just to see, I looked up Indianapolis's.
Mhm.
How many cops do you think we have?
Probably nowhere near the amount that New York has.
There's 800,000 people in Indianapolis.
There's
How-
probably 1,000 cops in Indianapolis.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Like it's like 1,100.
17 to 76.
It's ridiculous, man.
I wonder how many there are in
1,500.
California as a whole. That would be a lot.
There's probably not a lot of cops in California.
Mm.
You think so?
No.
California's pretty big.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you got to think of that. There's like how many big? There's like Sacramento.
There's Oakland, fucking
Oh, I
Oakland.
guess I forgot
Yeah,
Oakland's
I was about
fucking
to say
huge.
there's a lot of like pretty shit places to be in Cali.
But there's also like those super small touns out there too that like no one
79,000.
Yeah,
cops. Oh,
yeah. I figured. It
But
was.
but that's the
So
whole
California's
state.
big.
The
Massive.
entire state has double New York City.
yeah.
How many cops
What
are in
about
the
Texas?
total state of New York though?
Oh.
Oh, Texas, they police themselves. Get a shotgun, a rope. Yep.
You know, George, I was thinking earlier. This is going to totally take off what we were just talking about, but it's fine.
Yeah,
Yep.
sorry about that. So I told you I don't fucking write down what.
It's fine. We're just going off of tangents here. I thought about you
We're talking about black man.
because
Oh,
it's not that bad. It's not that bad
I
because
doubt it.
you swing more liberal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So liberals, the definition of liberals is wanting bigger government, essentially.
Among other things, yeah.
I mean, that's what the term meant when it started. Now
That'd
it's
be a
mean- now-
federalist.
Now it just means something totally different. But I'm saying, like,
No, the term you're thinking of, federalist. That's what you're thinking of.
liberals want big government. That's the whole.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
both understand. Just, I'm
Okay.
trying to help you not be stupid. Use
I'm
the right
not
words.
being
He's
stupid.
not.
Use the
You're
right
just
word.
overthinking it.
You're just
No.
overthinking it because federalists died out
Yeah.
years ago. So
Get on with what you were saying.
anyway, when I was just thinking about it, and like throughout history, people who wanted big governments, they were like, we look at them as like bad people now, because like Hitler wanted a huge. He wanted to run the entire world.
Russia, Putin,
Yeah, same thing. They're big governments,
broke
but we
country.
hate them. But now in our country, there's like the young people, like majority of them are liberal and side
Want
with big
big
government, but they hate the people that
in the government right now.
yeah, well yeah, but that also they hate the people that
That
like
do
in the
the
past
government
that do the dirty shit that big governments do. You know what I mean? So like those people, they essentially enslave Jews. Putin kind of just enslaves his own people because he's a fucking idiot.
Well, Ukrainians, but
Whatever.
Look at China.
Same thing.
yeah.
And they like think those people are like terrible people. They don't understand human rights, yada yada yada. But they're the same like version of government that the liberals ultimately, by definition, want. I just find that interesting. That's why, like because I was thinking about hypocrisy, and that just popped into my head.
Okay.
And it made me think of you because I was like, this is what George wants. George
Yeah,
likes
I-
Hitler. Bang!
George is Hitler confirmed.
You know it.
But I just find that interesting that like these people are like,
Well, you also have to understand this. There's a. I don't know about this. I want different things out of the big government. I don't want certain companies to be able to dump things in the water supply. I don't. I want banking regulations so we don't have another recession. This is the things that I want. That is also referred to as big government. So I just wear the label. I don't care. People try to use it as an insult. Fine, then I want bigger government.
I mean, I'm not saying it's an insult. I'm just saying it's.
No,
saying
but-
it's a statement. You
No,
can defend
some people try to use that as
Oh,
an
okay.
insult.
That's what you're saying.
It's like, remember back in the day, I said back in the day, it was 10 years ago, Bernie. People were like, he's a socialist. He went, yes. Yes,
You
I'm a
said that
socialist.
10 years ago.
Yeah,
That was-
no, I said that like it was 10 years ago. I
Oh,
said back in the day.
Oh, okay.
You don't listen, bro. You don't
No,
listen,
because
bro.
I didn't hear you say like.
Yeah,
That
I
was.
agree
I
with
just
it.
heard like you just were talking.
I know what you're
Like,
talking about because a lot of people were like, "Yeah, he's a fucking socialist. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
We don't like him."
And then you're just like, yes, I'm a socialist.
but it's just like it just blows my mind that people don't see these like random parallels in the world and then don't think like, oh, we should not do that because that's how that's gonna end up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with Canada, how they're policing what people say, that ultimately leads
Yeah.
to Hitler.
No, basically, you just have to remain active in your society. And when you see something you don't like, you're like, get back here, stupid. When they go too far right, too far left, you just go, no, get back here. You yank on the child leash.
I don't think that works in America though.
You make an effort. You
I
don't
mean,
know
I
if
mean,
it'll
people
work.
have been making an effort about it. So I don't think it will work.
I don't like the idea of a bipartisan party
Pro-
system.
the problem is the world has always been polarized
Yeah. Why?
Hmm.
Why?
because people can't.
Because
talk.
white people are better, Caleb.
It was like Cody's whole Facebook
Well, I-
argument on that you guys probably talked about last week.
XXX Tentacion.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
Cody brought reason and facts to the table, and they immediately jumped to, "You love rapists and woman beaters. Your mom would be so proud. You are disgusting."
Yeah.
He is disgusting for
I
different
I mean,
reasons.
he's a disgusting human
Yeah.
being in
But
general,
not
but
because
not
of-
because.
Yeah.
He likes trash musicians.
No.
I wish Cody were here right now.
Oh, he's gonna be.
But it's like Cody he kept trying to bring reason to it, and they just kept jumping on him like, you're disgusting. I can't believe you." Like, they wouldn't actually like.
Yeah.
They
That's why-
didn't use reason.
Sometimes I low key can't fuck with liberals either, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my
we talked
God.
about this, man.
Because they just like so
it's just a
emotional.
different type of identity politics.
That's the
So
problem, is they bring
emotional.
emotion to it when it needs to be reason.
Like
Mm.
fucking. Hey.
Well, the problem with the other side is they bring religion into it when it needs
That
to
too.
be reason.
Hey, you have to respect the fact that I believe a boat. A boat.
Infidel.
You have to respect the fact that a boat held everything for 40 days. Everything in the fucking all the species.
Oh yeah, that's.
No, it
40
was
days,
only
bro.
two of every species, George. It wasn't all
It
the
was
species.
every animal.
I wonder how long it took them to start eating the other species so they could survive. There probably were more than the
Okay,
species that
God,
made it out.
God provided.
No, the heavenly big fella made them all vegetarian. It's all good. plants were
the,
fucked.
The giant turtle.
This is why I don't understand why like why people who are like Bible thumpers get so like defensive about it. I'm like, this is fake. In
Yeah.
your heart, in your head, you know
Yeah.
this is a lie. It's just a story to make a point.
The morals and religion.
Yeah, the morals
shit,
are
those
fine.
Oh,
great.
we all agree on
I
that
can
part.
fuck with that.
Like it's just a story to make a moral point.
It's
That's
all
it.
parables. It's not fact. It's all parables.
No, it happens. Like
Bro,
I bet you $20,000
Just
you
because-
couldn't find a person from the Middle East named Noah. Guarantee you can't find it.
Our grandparents
Used to
are
be
gonna
back in
so
the day.
proud listening to this podcast.
used
to be such
Bro, we had my grandparents listen to this time. We had my grandfather on here one podcast and we
That's
talked
actually
about
terrifying.
religion.
it's a great podcast. You should listen to that.
I probably won't.
He probably won't.
Did you hear about in I think Kentucky they tried to recreate the Ark to prove it was
Well,
real?
they did.
Yeah.
They built a life-size one.
Yeah.
It's massive.
I was like, do you know how big that would have to be?
Yeah.
You can go take a tour.
Did they put animals in it?
They better.
Bro, that'd be the best zoo ever. Are you kidding
It
me?
would be.
Like, you can go to
It would
a...
be terrible for the animals.
Oh, yeah,
They,
absolutely.
they even thought about how to get rid of all the feces.
Oh,
The
yeah.
shit. Yeah, it's something to do with the floorboards. They're slatted.
First of all, if this was real, it could just float to the bottom of the ocean like all the fish poop and it'd be fine. So they would
No,
just have
because
to
then
like...
the boat would sink.
No, I'm saying bottom of the ocean. Like, if
No,
they...
how would they get the poop from inside the
Oh,
boat
yeah, I'm
into
just
the
saying.
ocean?
But, like,
Yeah.
you could just, like...
If
you-
they made all the floor slatted, the boat would sink.
No,
No.
as in it slats down to the.
And
We're not
just
gonna
chamber
debate
and
a
then
fake
pull
boat,
the-
all right?
Why don't you just get
No,
shovels
it's now
and
a
just,
real
like-
boat. It's been made.
You could like have like
It has
kind
come
of
again.
funnel into a fecal chamber. And
That's
then
what they
pull
did.
A lever, opens the bottom of the boat,
And all the
dumps
water
it into
rushes
the
in.
ocean.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
then all the
no,
water
you
rushes in.
can have it sealed. Like
No,
That's
it's-
not how science
No,
works.
yeah, you can because it's this.
definitely have a
it's-
seal.
No, that's not how physics works.
No, that
Yes, it
definitely
is.
is. 'Cause-
You
all right,
can.
let's get this.
If you open the bottom of a boat,
No,
it
No,
sinks.
you,
So-
you dipshit.
so
There's
there's the
it's a
bottom of
different
the-
chamber of the boat.
So there's the bottom of the boat.
But it can't be
And
because
then
the
there's-
poop's in it.
No, well, the poop goes through these tubes. The tubes lead
Where
into
did the
this
tubes come
chamber.
from?
The tubes are in the respective like fecal dumpster areas, and so
my God.
you open those up or you shovel. The
So
poop
we're
into
training
them.
all the animals to shit in dumpsters.
Yes, people shit in fucking.
Because
holes.
that's the weird part of the story.
So hold on, Caleb, you're gonna go onto this boat and train a giraffe to shit in a toilet.
I'm saying the giraffe's section or cubicle that it stays in, and the bottom of that or in the corner that they can just take a shovel or a broom and brush it into is a compartment that will
So
open
two
up.
people are gonna shovel poop for like 10,000 animals
Yes.
every day.
Actually, there were
You
more
can
than
hire-
2 people on that boat because he had his whole entire family on that boat. So fuck you, Phil.
Wait,
yeah.
we're talking about the Bible. I was talking about like a modern day. Like, they'd be
Yeah,
able
no,
to do
that's
that
what-
modern
that's-
day.
No, the boat
We
is made
knew,
of
but we were
wood.
just fucking with you.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah, no, I was just.
Yeah, we just wanted to see how far you would get.
I was thinking about
George
the whole
caught on
logis-
immediately.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. It took me a minute, then I was like, "Oh, we're going. I see, we're going with this."
I was thinking about the whole
Caleb just
logistics
kept
of it. I
going.
was like, this would be an awesome like little pet project.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
How often
Caleb's
are you
gonna
going to be
be-
shipping a giraffe overseas?
No, you
Caleb?
could have people overseas, and like they would be able
So
to
you're
literally live in this boat, and like there's like a waste.
Hey, Caleb. I'm pretty sure that's called a yacht.
Oh. Reinventing the wheel, boys. Let's go. He's trying to go to my GoFundMe. Enrian's ideas.
Jesus, man.
And Enrian wants a yacht,
Enrian
but not a yacht.
Please
my
send yacht.
GoFundMe so I can get a yacht.
Yo, have you guys seen those stupid GoFundMe pages?
Can we make a thing about that? Hashtag Enrian.
Bro,
yacht.
wasn't there one for potato salad?
Yeah,
Yeah, like everyone who donates get like X amount of potato salad.
and they actually raise the money to do it.
Yeah.
Use the internet,
And
waste
then
their
some.
money.
That dude was stuck making potato salad for like a shitload of people.
That's what Markiplier had to go through with his Tasteful Nudes calendar. Like, he had to stop making content because so many people ordered his Tasteful Nudes calendars, and he said that if you order these, I will hand sign them. And so he has to just, like, sign a bazillion of these
Yeah.
fucking calendars.
Bro, you know that's what like
But he
cosplayers
donated all
do.
the shit to
Like famous
charity.
cosplayers who like sell
They
their
sell pictures and sign all of them.
yeah, they literally will sit there and sign every single fucking one of them. Spend
Yeah.
a whole day doing it.
And all the proceeds went to like some charity or some shit, which is awesome. But because of that, like because he made so much more money than I was going to from that, he's just taking time to not make content so he can sign all these posters so that he can like donate this money.
Yeah. He's gonna like
He's a good guy.
have carpal tunnel at the end of that shit. Just all that.
Yeah, really though.
At that point, you would get a stamp made that just.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the same as hand signing though.
Yeah.
Computers are magical.
you don't know the difference, bro.
Hey,
Bro, I saw Bill
think
Burr
it's
doing
the
that shit one
integrity
time.
of it.
I guess.
It was on
Who
his
gives a fuck? He works on the internet. There's no integrity in the internet.
You're saying people on the internet
Internet is
lie?
the home of porn.
It,
You
yes.
can find porn on the internet?
All right.
All of
Look up Lemon
Yo.
Party.
I don't know why this made me remember this, but have you guys seen that video? It's from like 2016, where this dude looked up 3 black teenagers on the on Google, and it was all inmates. And then he looked up 3 white teenagers, and it was all like happy, smiling teenagers.
Yikes.
And Google, and they like the internet roasted the fuck out of Google for it, and was pissed. And
Yikes.
Google's like, this is not our fault. That is your society's fault. Do not blame us. And I was like, respect,
This
bro.
is what people are looking up when they look up 3 black
Facts.
teenagers.
So my coworker just came up to me last week. He's like, "Did you know tentacle porn was a thing?"
George, if you try to do it now, it just brings up the story.
No, it's still a bunch of inmates.
He just now found out about it.
Wait, really?
Haven't we known about this since like the 4th, 5th grade?
It was like a meme back then. It
Known about
still is
what?
a meme. Tentacle porn.
Tentacle porn.
Oh yeah, it was just a
Seen
joke.
enough
My
inside to know
coworker
where
just
this is
learned about
going.
Oh god, that's.
Did he watch it?
Somebody pulled it up and then he was like, "Oh God," and turned it off.
I've
So he was watching
I've never
porn with
actually
somebody.
looked it up.
No. Okay, you
I
know
guess
how
the
people
fantasy with
are. It's like,
tentacle
hey, check out
porn
this
is-
video. And
True. I've seen some weird shit.
I guess the fantasy with tentacle porn is that there's a bunch of objects penetrating the girl, which girls are into, and the objects look like dicks. So there's a bunch of disembodied
I've never seen a
dicks.
dick with suction cups on it.
But the dicks
Foreskin.
can also like suck on their boobies and shit, and like their because it's technically
Let's talk about sex, baby.
yeah. Here's the demographic of people that are into it. Mind you, I'm not into it. I just know what it is because I spent a lot of time on the internet.
Sure, yeah.
There are
I
way
understand.
better
No,
genres
I
of cartoon
understand.
porn to watch than tentacle. That's the lowest grade of hentai. Side note, hentai just means pervert in Japanese or some shit
Oh,
like that.
really?
My weeaboo knowledge taught me that.
Nice.
Yep.
Weeaboo. I used to work with a weeaboo. He also ate the salt.
Sake?
He also
Oh.
ate rock salt from that melts ice.
Oh. That's curious.
Because one day we came into work, it was in the middle of winter, so he was just like a seasonal dude or whatever. We came in, and we're all just chilling, whatever, working, and like Clay Terrace uses so much rock salt, it's ridiculous. Like they just like take gallons of it, just dump it for no reason. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's just a waste. But people drag it in or whatever.
Yeah,
And we were it was during closing, so we were super slow. And he's like, "Oh, I love this stuff." And we're like, "Why?" He's like, "It tastes so good." And we're like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "Yeah, my dad used to put it on our driveway, and I used to eat it sometimes." And I'm like,
I mean, it's basically salt.
"No, there are chemicals in that can kill you, dude. That's not just salt."
We put so many chemicals in our body. I mean, I'm just saying, devil's advocate here. It's
I mean,
literally my
yeah.
job. But like, I don't know. I'd give it a lick. Like if it was straight from the bag, just to like see if like.
I'm pretty sure they put like deadly chemicals in this stuff.
I think that's just straight up salt.
I don't think it is.
But like I said, I'd read the.
Either
bag
way,
first.
it's gross.
Yeah. I mean, there's something.
Don't eat road salt, kids. Just don't.
What is in road salt, Phil? I know
Salt.
you just look that up.
It comes from the same place, but
People are doing bath salts for a
table
while.
salt goes through more extensive process to remove unwanted minerals.
Mm.
Wow.
It's basically just rocks.
So basically, just some talcum in there.
Hold on.
Because I always thought they put like chemicals in it.
No.
'Cause,
I
like,
mean,
that stuff,
the only
like,
reason it's
burns.
colored is because, well, that's because it's like the whole. chemical
Wow, that
breakdown.
article's literally useless.
Have you ever held or put salt in your hand and held an ice cube? It'll burn the shit out of you. You'll get chemical burns.
Yeah.
It's just salt.
Ah.
That's why I'm saying, like, the reason they put that out on the ground isn't because there's special chemicals in it. You could fucking do the same thing with this salt you buy in a store. It's just that it'd be wasteful because it's way tinier and finer grain.
Yeah.
I was always told that they put chemicals in it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if certain brands did, but I mean, the base product is essentially just
Again, either
salt,
way,
rock salt.
that kid was
salt.
disgusting.
Oh yeah. I know.
Like people walk on
We're
this
getting
stuff.
off the.
Examples advocate. I'm just gonna drag out every point we ever
Some,
tried to
some
make.
companies add sandstone.
That's a podcast, pretty much.
Sand, sandstone, silica, and another, like a bunch of other additives.
Pretty
A
sure
lot of
silica
those
is
things
just
don't
glass.
sound lethal.
It's
It's just rocks and minerals.
That's fair.
hold on. It's not likely to be immediately toxic,
Phil.
but it can make you sick.
Yeah.
There you go. Say that again.
Yeah, you can't make use it.
The
It
mic.
can
The
make
mic.
you sick.
Like you're again, Phil. You're not talking into the microphone.
Hello, and welcome to this episode.
Boy,
Oh, classic.
aim the top of the microphone to your mouth. For
It
God-
is.
Good lord.
It was.
It
not.
can induce vomiting.
So it can make you sick. It's
VR can
probably-
induce vomiting.
Yeah,
We're not talking
I
about,
mean, yeah.
VR is fucking poison for your mind.
And it probably just induces vomiting because your body's never like processed it before, which is fine. But the fact that he ate it,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Some of it contains chlorine.
ooh.
Do you know how much chlorine you swallow when you go swimming?
All of it.
A lot less than
You gotta
guys.
answer for everything, bro. I love it. It's hilarious.
I have a lot of useless knowledge.
Yeah. So back to hentai. Didn't you work with it?
I love that segue. Back to hentai.
Yeah, that's the reason I said exactly that.
Jeez.
Didn't you work with a person who also drew furry porn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple friends that are furries. They're in this Discord. Though.
Yes.
Have you guys ever heard of Midwest Fur Fest?
Yeah, it's
Nope.
like a really big one.
Bro, it's hilarious. Tell me that name is not gold.
That's a great name.
Like,
No, thank you.
What was
yes,
it?
I did, George.
One of the biggest names in fighting game esports, Sonic Fox. He's a furry, but he's really fucking good.
Yeah.
He just beat some Korean or Japanese team. Or some
Listen,
shit.
your sexuality does not
Maybe
determine how good you are at video games. You know what I mean?
But me and my friends were joking around. They're like, this guy, this Japanese dude is gonna like, how is this American so good at fighting games? And they're gonna like interrogate him. He's gonna be like, well, I'm gay. And they're like, oh, you have to be gay. How do you become a furry?
That's hilarious.
Get a gorilla mask and
Did you guys hear what Sarah Sanders did?
yeah, she got kicked out of a restaurant.
Who is that?
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
I don't know who the fuck
That
is.
name is so great, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the internet. The internet had a field
Is it
day
a
with her
porn
name,
star?
bro.
No,
No, that's what it sounds
no,
like. But no.
no. That is Trump's press secretary. You know what Sean Spicer was?
No.
Okay. Basically, she has to deal with all President Trump's lies.
Oh,
she has to
so
make. She has to come out and say
she's his
things
fact
that make it
checker.
all go away.
Okay.
Yeah, she fixes all the things he messes
So,
up.
People
essentially.
don't like her?
No.
No.
You'd imagine that you would like her because she's like clarifying the bullshit that he says.
No, because she
No,
doesn't
'cause she
clarify
just
well.
lies.
She just lies more.
Oh.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah.
Which, to be fair, it's her job.
That's some twice titrated shit right there.
But once again, you chose that job.
Facts.
You knew you're gonna be lying for President Trump. What the
I mean,
fuck did you
Your
do?
literal job is to make your employer not look like an idiot after he says things that will
She
make him look like an idiot.
sucks at it. Well, you gotta admit though, being having that kind of job is
no.
difficult. With,
No one's
with
good at
social
Literally
that
media.
job.
Trying to prevent a suicidal guy
Yeah.
from killing himself.
The only way you can be good at that job is you create a bigger mess yourself. You just walk in,
That's what I'm
fire a
saying,
gun
bro.
in the air, go shut the fuck up, and walk back in.
Like she probably could have been good at it back before social media was really a thing.
Oh yeah.
But now there's no way in hell, especially when he has his own Twitter.
Oh goodness,
Get
no.
out of here.
Just take away his Twitter.
I think I think at one
Well, he's a
point
lot
she was
more transparent than previous presidents. So there's that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think at one point she was actually about to quit because like in the middle of one of her conferences,
He tweeted. Yeah.
yeah, he tweeted something that contradicted what she said.
He's an idiot.
He's just like you're just fucking me. Like, but anyway, back to the bipartisan bullshit.
We're jumping all over it.
Holy shit.
partisan
Good
bullshit, I
memory.
mean. So she was kicked out of a restaurant for simply being a member of the Trump
Oh,
administration.
that's shitty, but they
There's
have the
nothing
right to
wrong
do
with
that. They have the right to do that.
I don't like it.
There's
The owner
absolutely
of the
nothing wrong
restaurant
with
has
that.
the right to refuse service, and that is his American God-given right.
Except if they're gay. If they take it to court, the gays win.
Yeah,
That's another
If
thing.
you're gay, then you basically trump civil rights.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Hey.
Retards.
it's the dumbest thing. You are
That's-
that
there's-
fucking.
There's some. I look at that as different. It might be because of my complexion, but I think of it differently just because it's not that it's not the way you look. It's not who you are as a person. It's just what you choose to align yourself with.
It would be different if they discriminated and said you couldn't enter the restaurant because you were black.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
You
that's
can't enter the
that's
restaurant because
that's
you're
why
a
that's
woman.
why I'm okay with this happening to her. It's not because it's her and I don't agree with her like cat or like her administration. It's just because you can choose to not serve someone who you don't believe in their that you don't align yourself with the same people that she does.
So what if a
Yeah,
Muslim
maybe.
tries eating at some?
That's
Outback
different,
Steakhouse?
though. Because
religion.
that's
Yeah.
because religion is something you believe. That's like who you are.
I think politics is the last thing you should discriminate for. It's just
Yeah,
the way a
that's
person
hard
thinks.
Because everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion's going to differ from my grandparents' opinion.
Yeah.
It's going to differ from
But
my...
look at it this way: is it fair? So it's not okay for this restaurant to do this, but you can hate somebody. I'm not saying you do, but you cannot
I
want
hate
to talk
people.
to somebody
he
and
hates
not.
people who ride bikes on the road.
Yeah.
Exactly.
they have the right to do that. They're still never mind.
So then why can this restaurant be shamed for what they're doing when you do the same thing to those people who ride bikes?
I don't kick them off the road.
But I'm saying you essentially because you don't have that authority.
You try to.
You if you
I
could
don't
if you,
even-
if
I
you
don't
had
even try to.
so listen if you had that authority
But
would you
you-
tell me you're telling me you would not kick them
Yeah,
off the
if
road?
you're the one that made rules
George.
for that city.
You can't tell me you don't try to when you scream out the window, use the fucking sidewalk every time you see one.
I just let them know. Use the fucking sidewalk. I didn't know if they knew it was there. Anyway,
But
I was misquoted on that.
But I'm saying that situation is no different than what Sarah Sanders went through, because it's literally the exact same. You don't agree with what something someone does, you can tell them, "Hey, I don't want to service you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that."
I think it's just an immature reaction.
It's not an immature reaction.
I think it
They
is.
have the right to do that, but at the same time,
And
if
I
you do that
absolutely
too
ha-
often,
yeah.
you'll start losing
And again,
business.
you cannot get mad at someone for having an immature reaction when you yell out your car
I'm-
window like a child.
Here's the thing. I'm not denying that either. Like you can use that against me, but I'm not saying that I'm right for doing that. I'm just angry in that moment.
because you can't. But you can't.
But what
condemn
about?
someone-
But what about? But what? I'm sorry. That was horrible for the audio.
I'm just saying you're being a hypocrite.
You are.
Yeah, I am.
You shouldn't do that.
I'm
Let's turn this back to the matter at hand, though, because
Hold
yes,
on, I'm going to end this situation real quick.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle and the Opinion. Go listen to it. You'll figure out the conclusion of this conversation.
What?
Yeah,
This has already been
Brandon
done?
thinks that the opinion. Never mind.
No,
The
George
horrible
thinks
idea.
an opinion is not an opinion.
No, opinions can't be wrong unless it's. Never mind. Fucking.
George.
My
okay,
opinion that
George,
opinions can be wrong is wrong, essentially. Did you keep up with that?
George thinks some opinions are better than others.
Yeah.
And that some
And
opinions
that an
can be
opinion
wrong.
can be wrong.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them. Everybody wants to see them.
What?
There are some people like porn stars where people are all right with seeing that opinion. That's just the nature of it.
And Caleb just lost it.
Yeah, I was going somewhere with that, and then
To be
like,
fair, that
you
that was
lost
more
that
productive
episode.
than the conversation.
yeah.
That was-
Basically,
that was
everyone
very-
has an opinion. You don't have to show your opinion to everybody, though.
That's fine.
There are some opinions that you may align yourself with, but at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong end-all, be-all opinion. That's why.
And this started because I had an opinion, George had an opinion, we were talking about it on this podcast, and
Wait,
we disagreed,
Are
and
you
George
talking
said
about
I was wrong.
the Sandra bullshit?
No. This
What?
was
No.
a long time ago.
Oh, so you were just bringing that one up. I thought that was an actually interesting story, but you were just doing that to throw shade.
Yeah.
No, we were just
No.
trying to.
The Sarah Sanders story is an actual story that happened now.
Oh,
but
yeah.
the idea of like the opinion thing that Phil's talking about, that's been a conversation we had a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't
That's
back
fine.
on back then.
But
Yeah.
George, you're being a hypocrite. Just thought I'd throw that out.
I'm not denying that.
Yeah, fuck you, George.
But by the way, they have the right to be on the road. I have the right to yell at them. I can throw that
Yeah.
argument back in your face.
But the problem is, you don't have a right to eat in somebody's restaurant, but they have the right to kick you out if they want.
It's the same thing. You're agreeing with me, just in your own way, that you're not
And then
wanting
you're
to
saying
agree
you
with.
don't agree.
No, I don't agree. You shouldn't fucking throw somebody out. That's a stupid thing to do. They have the right to. I'm not saying
Hey.
you should.
They wouldn't let Cody in last night.
Stupid move.
Yes. That was a stupid reason, but they had the right to.
Yeah. We have the right to do a million things. Does not mean you're not a shithead for doing it. That's all I'm saying. You absolutely have the right to pick and you should at least have the right to pick and choose who has access to your place of business. But you're gonna throw someone out because politics?
Then you'll lose business to people who also align with that politics.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't there another situation like this? Someone got in trouble for wearing a hat, "Make America Great Again" hat in a certain business.
Oh, fuck. I recall what
There's
you're
all
talking about.
sorts of
Maybe it was like a
stupid
Starbucks
things,
or some
yeah.
shit like that.
Maybe.
No, I think the thing with Starbucks was the
No,
black
that was
guys.
Yeah,
black people were loitering.
trying to fucking
Yeah,
get
they were just
coffee.
waiting for their friends.
Yeah, they're waiting for their coffee and their friend. And with that, we conclude this episode of the Classic Urban Podcast. My name is OG Philly G.
Henry and Gripos at your service.
I'm George.
It's your boy, Baby Ice Cube. Peace out.